10 million lashes, but I no cry. 10 years burial, but I no die. Take what's rightfully mine. Take what's rightfully mine. But that aside, you don't know me.
Hello, good evening. Welcome to the fourth part of our web masterclass. Today, we are going to talk about the contact us form. In the contact us form, we are just going to create the form. You will not apply the CSS. Okay, we are creating the contact us form and that of the footer. Then probably tomorrow you start styling them. Okay, so that's what you're going to do. So when you come to the site, you are creating the contact us form, then that of the footer here. That's what you're going to do for today. So let's head back to our code editor. Click on the HTML file that we have created. Okay, so under this session, this is the next that we created yesterday. Okay, the services session. Now we are heading towards the contact us session. So let me bring my comments. So contact us session. Okay, contact us session. That's what we're going to create for today. So we normally start with session because there is a separate session that we're going to create. Now I will give the session an ID. Okay, so session ID is equal to, we are going to use contacts. Okay, then we are also going to give it a class. Then the class we are going to use, what can we use to make it very nice? So okay, let's use qualification. You can use any name, just that the name that you use here, you reference the same name in the CSS when you are styling it. Okay, so let's use qualification as the class ID. Okay. Now the contact us form has a heading. Okay, so we are going to create the header first. Okay, we're going to create the header, so h1 then contact us. Okay, so we are done creating our header. Now the next thing is we are now going to create the form itself. Okay, and to create a form, we use the form tag, as you all know. Okay, so I'll just type form, then I'll have the full hot form. Now the form, it is asking for action. Okay, let me bring this one down so that everything will go inside the form. It is asking for action. Okay, now with this action, we are not putting anything there. Okay, so we are just putting hashtag there. Okay, now let's move on. Then we are going to also add another thing, that is a method. Then we are saying that the method should be what? Post. Now, when we create a form, okay, when you go online and you fill the form, you submit. Okay, the form goes into a database. So we are using that it is in the form that you are creating. You are going to just use it to accept people's data. So you should use the post that is posting it to the database. Okay, when you click get, it means that you are getting the details from the database. Okay, now here the action, I'm putting nothing here. Okay, now we can go and create a form ID. Okay, a form ID in a size called form sphere. Okay, so that when the form is submitted, it will go into that side, the form sphere that we create the ID from. Okay, it will go there, so you can have track of people who have submitted or send you messages, and you can link it to your email. So you have a notification in your email, okay, so that you see that the form that you have created, now people can submit their queries through that form. But because I have not created any form ID, okay, any endpoint to use here, that's why I'm using the hashtag here. Okay. After that, I'll talk about it, okay, in another video, so that you can also add those ones. So this form, when you host it and send it, people can fill it and submit, and you get a response in your email. Good. So we are done here. Now, where we are going to fill the details, we usually use what is called what? Labels. Okay. What is called what? Labels. So I will say label. Then within the label, let me clear this. I'll type it capital. That is what it is giving me. Wahala capital letters. So labels. Good. Now I have a label. Okay, now the label, we have the four. Now, first one, let's go back to our site. The first that we have here is what? Name. Okay, we have the name. So the first one is for what? The name. So we are going to use name as the four. Okay. Now inside here we are typing name here. Inside it we are typing what? Name. Now this label, it should have an input. Okay, it should have an input. Let me use the preview so that you have a feel of what you are doing. Let's go down, 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 down. Good. So you could see that the contact us is here. You have name here. Okay, the name that you have entered should have an input field where the customer or the person, the user will input his details in it. Okay, so we are going to have what is called inputs. Inputs. Okay, now the input type, it is text because we are going to just type out the normal name. So the normal name is a text. Okay, in other program we call it a string, especially when you're using Python or other programming languages. Okay, but here we are seeing it's called a text. Now we want to give it an ID. Okay, an ID, and the ID is the same as what? Name. Okay, good. So we are giving it an ID name. Now, should this name field be required, or it should be an optional one? Okay. Now, when you say required, means that the person cannot skip it. He or she have to fill that part before he moves to the next parts. Okay. Now, when I inputted brought the input, you see that there's a text box here that you can type here. Okay. If I don't bring the required, the person can skip here, but the form you want all the data to be required. So you just type required at the end. Okay. Required means that this form that you are creating, this particular form, the person have to fill it, whether he or she likes it or not. Okay. Now we are done with the first one. From here, okay, me, I'm very lazy, so I like copy and paste because I'm just going to create the same thing. Now we go back to our field. Okay, we just have the same thing here. Okay, the same thing. Difference is the name, email. So I'll just come here, copy this label in the input type. Okay, then paste it here. Now for this time, I'm using what? Email. Okay, so I'll just change here to email. As simple as that. Okay, to email. So I have the email here. Now, when it comes to the text here we are not using text. Okay, because you are taking an email, you have to type email here. So when the person type anything other than email, it will not what? Accept it. Okay, and we are saying that the ID should be email and it should be what? Required. Okay, it should be required. So basically, that is what you have created. Give ID's name. Let's add another thing here. There should be a name, and the name is going to be still what? Name. Okay. So here we are going to have name, email. I'll explain why that's okay. Why that's now the next thing is we are going to create what? a text box. Okay, we're going to create a text box. So here I'll copy this one as well, the same thing. Now this time we're going to do changes in it. Okay, but let me start so that you have a feel of this. So let me start. Now we're going to have a label. Then the label this time it is for messages. We're going to type messages. So I'll type forward messages. Then I'll type here message. Okay, or I can type, let's say, input your message here. And let's leave it like that. You will do that in the text box as a placeholder. Okay, you can use it as a placeholder. Good. Now here we now going to create another thing. This time we are not using inputs. Okay, we are using what text area. Okay, text area. That's what the tag. So text area. Now the text area, we are saying that the name is just a message. Then the ID, we are going to also use what message as what the ID. Okay. Now here I can just type the placeholder. Okay, or let me leave that inside. Let's leave that side for now. Now within it, let's go down. You see that you have a very nice text box here. Okay, a very nice text box here. Now we want to define the size of the text box. Okay, the size of the text box. So within this, I'm just going to type row. Okay, so rows. How many rows? Let's type 5. You know that rows are just the how do you call it? Horizontal or vertical from top to down. Okay, so you cannot define columns here. You can also bring column, and the column will expand it. Okay, to the right side, make it bigger to the right side. Okay, now that's how we're using rows. So you say row is 5. So nicely done like this. Okay, so we are done here. Now let me add a placeholder. Now the placeholder will display inside this text box to send a message that what to give the user what is supposed to type in that particular box. So you are saying that input your message here. Okay, we can do same for all the forms. So let's assume here I can type placeholder. Okay, I can type placeholder. Then I will say which font, that is the name. So I'll say full name. You see that? You see the full name here. When you click here, the full name will just go. When you start to type, it will just go. Okay, but it is there, especially when you are creating it for people who have disability issues. Okay, so that when they're using screen reader, the screen reader is what to read what is in the contents, what is in the box. For them to know that okay, they are supposed to type a name here. Okay, so in the email column, we also do same place holder. Then you say email, or you can type an example of an email. So let's say example at gmail.com. Just to define the format of the email. Okay, as simple as that. So we are done with this one, with the form. Okay, around the form. Now we are moving to the submit button. Okay, so let me say this is submit button session. Okay, submit button session. Now the submit button, we are going to use the button tag. Okay, the button tag. Now within the button tag, we are going to also ask ourselves within the button what should be the type. Okay, so type, and we say that the type is what submit. Okay, within the button we are defining what more or less like a class. Okay, so it is type. Okay, now what is the value? The value is for submit. Now inside this box, you just type what submit here. You just type submit inside it. Okay. Now we are going to start this box. Okay. We're going to start this button differently. So we need to give it a class name. So the class we are just using button BTN, the short form of button. Okay. A class name called button BTN. So you see that the button is here. So what do I type? Not M. Okay. I'm typing gibberish. So it is submit. Okay, submit. Good. I was typing gibberish. So that's basically what you need to do here. So we are done with that aspect. Now, when it comes to the site, you see that under this form section, we have some links here. Okay, we have some links here. We are going to create that links. We are going to create that links under this. Now, it shouldn't be part of the form. Okay, it shouldn't be part of the form. It is below the form. So let's close our form. Let's bring the form type top. Good. Now we are creating a div to hold that particular links. Okay, we're creating a div to hold those links. So this is my div. Now within the div, we are using a paragraph and an anchor tag within the paragraph. Why using the paragraph? Now let's go back to the site. When we come here, okay, we have this website. This is the paragraph, and this is what the anchor tag. Okay, the link. This is a paragraph. This is the link. This is a paragraph. This is the link. Okay, that's why we are creating a paragraph. We create a paragraph. We are creating an anchor tag or link within that paragraph. Okay, so the p tag. Then we are saying that web site within the p tag. Now, after this website, we are creating an anchor tag within it. Then we type the name of https colon / then the tag help dot online. So that is the website. Let's go. Okay, that is the website. Now here I'm typing my company name. So DJ Tech Hub. Okay, so I've created the link for this text here. So when you click on this, it will basically direct you to the link here. Okay, when you click it, basically that's the link here. So that is what it means. Okay. No. Yeah. Today. No. Maybe it was a wrong something. Sorry for that. Okay. Oh, this didn't stop. Oh, God damn it. I'll cut it. So that is the first one. Now we are going to create for the two. So I'll just copy this one with the same thing. Okay. I'll just copy and paste. Then I'll just change here from website to email. Okay. Good. Email. Now here in the ref, in the href, we are not using this link here. No. Okay. Now we are going to use a different link. Now this is an email. When the email is clicked, it should open, okay, the email service providers homepage for us. Okay. Now let's go back to the site. Now when I click on this email here, let me see what happened. Do I have internet? Good. You see that it has opened this one here for me. Okay, it has opened my email box for me. So when I click on the email, it should open the email box for me to compose a mail to that particular person. Okay, so now there is the mailbox direct. So I can type the subject, type the message, and submit it to this particular email address here. Okay, so that is why we are not going to use the site. Okay, we're not going to use the site. So let's go back. So here we're using what is called mail to. Okay, mail to. So I'll just type mail to, then colon. Now the email address. So let's assume that I'm using my email address. So AWS restart. Okay, AWS restart at, then let me use my company's name so that it will be a little bit of professional. So let's say info at techhub.online. Get it? techhub.online. So that is basically my company's email. Okay, so I'm using the mail to. The most important thing here is the mail to. It is not about this. Okay, it is about the mail to. Okay, it is a mail to what in. Help us know that this is an email that a person wanted to compose. Okay, so you can either use any in here. Okay, but the most important thing is the mail to. So don't say I don't have a company name, so I can't do this. No, you can put in. Let me put in Gmail and see what happens. So I just put in AWS start 651 at gmail.com. Okay, now I will change what is here and put in say mail as. Okay, mail as. I don't want to hard code it. I don't want to put my full email address here. Okay, so that's why I'm using it, mail as. Now when I click on this mail as, okay, it should be able to what, open it for us. Okay, but I think because of an issue of internet, that's why it's not working. Good. Now it is working. Okay, you should have still open this for me. Okay, then it will just pop up from this, okay, to this number, this email address. So when I send it, it will go to this email address. This is my personal email address in my machine, on my machine. Okay, so it will send it to this email address. As simple as that. Okay, so it doesn't matter what you put here. Okay, so just mail us. It would be nice to put your full email here professionally. Okay, so use mailers. And that's basically what I have done here. Okay, good. Now the next thing is the follow us. Okay, so for the follow us, we're using the same thing. So let me paste. Now here I have to type my other Facebook or Twitter, now X, okay, or any social media link that I want the person to follow you with. So I'm using LinkedIn. Okay, so I'll just clean this, then I'll type linkedin.com/in/James Blay or Akabile. Okay, so that is basically my LinkedIn. Then here I'll just type what, LinkedIn. Okay, good. I'll type LinkedIn here. Let's go back. So now on my account, you see the LinkedIn here. So when I click on this LinkedIn, it will take me to my home page of my LinkedIn account. Okay, now it will take me to my home page of my LinkedIn account. I think good, it's loading now. Okay, so basically that is what it means. I have not logged in, so that is what it's saying here. Okay, so just take me to this side. Now let me go and modify it and add overlay. Okay, that's contacts info. I just want that person to get access to my contact info. Let me see if it's taking the contact info. So we go back. Oh, already it's open. Wait. I think because I've changed it, I forgot. Let's go back. Okay, let's click on it again. Good, direct. So it just brings you to the person's home page, the profile, where the profile is. Okay, where the person's profile is. So you can use Facebook. So you just type https:/facebook.com/ your Facebook name. Okay, your Facebook name. If it is Twitter or now X, your X name. If it is how do you call it? Snapchat, you just put this snapchat.com/ the name of your Snapchat and you're good to go. Okay, so that is basically about this. So from here we are done with the links. We are done with the links. The last part that I'm going to talk about is the footer section. So let me bring in my comments. Now I'll say footer section. Okay, so the footer section, we are going to create a paragraph. Okay, we're going to create a paragraph that will hold this thing here. Okay, the whole of this thing here. Then there's a link here. Okay, there's a link here. This link is redirecting the person to my LinkedIn page. So you can also decide to put a link to your site or your portfolio. Okay, this time I use my portfolio. Okay, there's a link here. So we are creating the same paragraph, okay, with an anchor tag within it. Okay, with an anchor tag within it. So let's go. Now, because there is a footer, so we are starting with what? Footer. Now, within that footer, we are saying that it should create a paragraph for us. Within this paragraph, and bring it down, we are going to have what the this C here with the circle. Okay, this is the circle. We're just going to use some two things, and it's going to give us that. Okay, so we are using the end on the keyboard. Okay, the end on the keyboard, and that's for copy. Okay, the end on the keyboard, this one. Okay, using that one with the semicolon at the end of it. Now the next one is 2024, the year, then J. Okay, Tech Hub. We're saying that all right, reserve. These are just paragraph that you're typing. Then I'll pipe it, the pipe sign to differentiate it to design by. Then that is where the anchor tag comes. Okay, that's what anchor tags come. Then this time I'll input my portfolio. Okay, so what is a portfolio? A portfolio is just a site that contains brief information about you, the work that you have done. If you are a graphic designer, it will contain all your graphic design work that you have done. If you are a web developer, all website that you have developed, you put all of these things on the portfolio so that recruiters will go there and see what you have done. Okay, in the IT world, please, it is not word of mouth that, oh, I've learned web design. Okay, you show it. You don't just speak with it. Oh, I've done this. What shows that you have done this? Check my portfolio. You see the type of site that I've designed and information about me. Okay, so I'm inputting my portfolio 8 https / then my portfolio is DevOps by James dot Tech Hub dot online. Okay, That is my portfolio. Now within that, I'm going to type my name here, James. Okay, I'm typing my name here, James. So let's go back and review it in our browser and see if it is working. Where is our portfolio? Good, that is our photo here. Now, when I click on this, it should take me to my portfolio. I think I made a mistake. There was, let me check. I think my portfolio. So there was good. This is it. Developed by James. So let me copy the link and use it here. So I made a mistake in the link that I typed. So this good. So DevOps by James dot online. So now let's go back and see if it will work or not. So refresh, go back, click on this again. But why? Why is it not working? It's working here, so why is it giving me wahala there? Let me clear it. Let me clear everything and paste it. Save. And let's go back. Let's go back and see if it will work. So click on this. Reload the page. Reload this page. https:// oh good, it's working. I need to refresh it. Okay, so that's the portfolio that I'm talking about. So portfolio just contain information about what you have done, the school that you have attended. Okay, so when you look at this, I have my CV here or resume. When someone click on this, it will download my resume. This about me. Okay, then the skills that I have. Okay, the skills that I have. That is my resume side, work experience. Then you come to education. Okay, then you go down, portfolio, what I have done. Okay, so these are website that I've created. Okay, website I've created. When you click on this one, it will open that particular website for you. Okay, that is it. Unique task makeovers. This is a website that I've created for a client. Okay, so I just use those ones on the portfolio. So when someone wants to employ me as a web developer, when he goes there, he can check what I have done. Okay, you can check what I've done. So, oh, the guy can do the work, then they employ you. So this is my company's website. Okay, my company's website, and this is it. Okay, so very nice one. These are the team that I'm working with. Okay, I and this guy founded the company. Okay, so this is our website. When you go there, okay, you can explore and see the course that we are offering. Basically, you do it online. Okay, the courses that you have robotics, Python, web development, cybersecurity, and a lot more. Okay, click here, take register. It won't take a course. Okay, you have contact us. The form that we are creating. Okay, there's another the same form here. Okay, this is the contact us form. This is the place where I'm talking about. Okay, then you submit it. So that is basically about it. So let's go back to our let's go back to our site. Okay, so basically we are done with everything. We are done with all our site, the HTML codes. We are done with it. So let me just bring all the codes together so that it's so that is basically what we are done. So from day one up to today, you've learned a lot. Okay, we've learned a lot. Now tomorrow we are going to start the styling. Okay, you're going to start the styling from the main content. So you pick it one after the other. You start the main content and probably about us if possible. Then the next one, look at the services section. Okay, then the contact us and the footer will move together. So we still have more days ahead of us. Let's all try to practice. As I keep saying, practice makes a man perfect. Practice makes a man perfect. So let's continue to practice what we are learning so that we will become perfect. Okay. You cannot memorize the course in your head. One thing I have to let you know is that in programming, we don't memorize code. Okay. Understand the use cases, understand what the code does, and that's it. Okay. The whole of this code here, we can use an AI to generate them. Okay. But we should understand what they do so that when the AI generates and you want to change the styles, you want to change the outlook, then you cannot edit them. But if you don't know what they do, it becomes very difficult even to edit it. So the main point is understand what the code do. Okay, and from there you can what do it. Okay, you can do it. So that is it. Don't memorize code. This thing here, okay, don't memorize them. You cannot memorize one of them. Okay, you cannot memorize all of them. Know what they do, and that is it. If you know what they do, you can use AI to generate them, edit them to suit how you want it to be. Then you are best or you are good to go. Okay, so thank you very much for watching. Hope to see you tomorrow for the CSS part. Thank you very much.